Welcome to Go Big or Go Broke, where you'll learn the method, madness, and making of impactful millionaires. And now, here's your host with the most, Kathy Karabetsos.
Hey there, podcasters. I am Kathy Karabetsos, your host of Go Big or Go Broke. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today, I have an incredibly special guest with me. She is an amazing human being. She is one of my favorite people. I have known her probably a little bit close to 2 years now. I'm very proud to say that she's a peer and also a friend, and she is somebody that I've already had on the show once, and she is my first time second appearance guest. She's an entrepreneur with a passion for social impact. She built and runs international organization Transforming Health and the economy through the science of Nutrigenomics. Her passion is helping people biohack the aging code, extend their health span, and create another stream of income with time and financial freedom. She has achieved the top 1% in her industry. I watch and witness that. It's a beautiful thing, and she has been recognized in the Millionaire Club. She has served as president of the Sienna Family Foundation, providing funding to arts, education, environmental programs to underserved communities. She chaired the Board of Trustees for Bioneers, served 9 years on the executive committee of the board for the University of San Francisco, as well as Board of Trustees for Cardinal Newman High School. Prior to that, she served on the Board of Trustees of Sierra Club Foundaton, where she was chair of the foundation board from 2006 to 2008. Michelle has been a leader on land use policies, conservation, and protection. With her husband, she has been instrumental in creating environmental scholarships and lecture series at Harvard Center for Environment and the University of San Francisco. She served on the boards and advisory councils of a number of non-for-profit organizations, including San Francisco Art Institute, USF Regional Council, Children of the Earth, and Sonoma Jazz, where she was a founder. Her career in corporate world, building organizations and revenues for the Fortune 500 companies, have helped her position her to pursue her passion as an entrepreneur and movement builder, a biohacker, a life creator, an amazing human being. Please join me in welcoming one of the most precious people that I know to my show, Michelle Scaff. Thank you so much for joining me again.
I love you. You are so wonderful. That is a long bio. I will shorten it next time, I promise. But
well, it is a beautiful and long bio. You have got a resume beyond. So impressive. But I think when my audience gets to know you more as a human being, even much more impressive, Michelle. And I truly mean that. And I know you know that I mean it when I say it. I couldn't be more pleased to have you as my first repeat guest on the show. And I can't wait for many more of our times together. And one of these days, we are going to meet and embrace face-to-face, and that's going to happen sometime soon. But
I know. It has to happen. We keep planning it, but life has other plans. So there we are.
So we know at the perfect time that will happen. Well, let's join and jump right into it. Nutrigenomics. That is going to be the highlight of our chat today. We need to know, what is it and why do we need to know about it?
Well, I learned about this science 10 and a half years ago. So I have been pioneering it. It has, at the time, it was rarely spoken to as nutrigenomics, but today it is powerfully proven. And I love this topic. It is my passion and purpose. So it simply is our ability today, based on our ability to actually measure our entire human genome. We know that through 23andMe and Ancestry.com and all of those. But nutrigenomics is really the science that measures and proves exactly how nutrients activate our own gene expression, which means just shift from this idea that we're going to spend our future taking supplements, whether they're natural or medicine, trying to get into our body what it used to make. We actually have science and patents that prove we can activate our body to work again and make again all of those powerful genes and that protect us and keep us healthy. And that's really what the science of nutrigenomics is all about. It's an exciting pathway into what is now called and is proven to be personalized health. And we don't have a way to take the same thing and have it work differently and uniquely in each of us. And that's another thing that's just so exciting about it.
I love it. I love it so much. And thank you for that explanation. So the difference between a supplement and adding to your body as opposed to putting something in that is getting your body prepared and holistic. Wow, I love that.
The gardener and the dog, they don't go together.
Let us introduce the dog, because this dog is going to be social famous.
Socially famous. Her name is Gaia. Gaia stands for Goddess of the Earth, because she gets my little feet on that earth walking her every day.
Yes.
And when the gardeners come, she turns into, I don't know, a crazy Gaia. So anyway, that's Gaia.
A beautiful dog. And you will see her more on social media with Michelle playing with the ball. Every morning, tossing her the ball at the pool, and it's wonderful. And it's So, Michelle, tell us a little bit about the difference between, again, if you could just drill down that a little bit further. And I want the world to know, I have been engaging in nutrigenomics since I have known Michelle. It's been quite a time, maybe a year now, a little bit more. My husband and I are complete firm believers. It has changed my perception of my own individual health and fitness journey. I love it. I can't say enough about it. I will never go without it. We'll talk a little bit more about the actual products in a moment. But let's talk again about and honing in on the difference between adding a supplement to your body and putting something in that's actually getting your cells to do its own job.
Good. I love analogies. So my analogy is I use the rotary phone, although I know many guests might not know what a rotary phone is, so I'm aging myself, but it literally used to dial like this, or a push button phone, or a phone connected to a wall, all right? That's like old technology. We don't use a rotary phone, and that's where I use the analogy of that's what supplementation is, whether it's taking antioxidants or Advil, right? We're trying to get into our body what it's not making. And the difference between a rotary phone and a smartphone, which is really how we're doing this call today, right? It is this leap and advance in technology that has changed our life dramatically and does everything for us. Well, the smartphone is inside of us. Our body is a miracle. It is the very best at healing us. And inside of our body are powerful pathways that have big jobs to keep ourselves in functioning at its peak performance so that we can be healthier and extend our health span and lifespan. And so that's really what this paradigm shift is, from taking a supplement to activating our own body to make all kinds of cell protective genes. We have a powerful pharmacy inside of us. And when our body is tuned up with the right nutrients, which these have been patented and proven to be, it literally is going to look at your cells and see where problems are and go, we need to go fix that. And it does it by getting our DNA, sending that message to go make more of what we need.
And I know. And it's such a thrill, and there's so much to learn about it, but it's in its rarest and simplest of forms, and I love that analogy. Thank you. So the smartphone, we have the smartphone in our bodies, guys. So this is awesome. And by the way, all of you who know that I own call centers, that analogy is just so warm and fuzzy for me. So we've been...
Well, and here's what I love that you said is that when you got on them, which is what happened to me, my college roommates were all the nursing students, and they knew all the bioscience. I knew nothing. I was a business major, and they laugh at me now. But I didn't have a relationship with my body until I understood how it worked. And once you understand that, your whole world changes from the inside out.
It does. Yeah. And you know what? I'm going to plug us, just you and I for a moment.
I love that.
This amazing, beautiful, tan, glowing face. And I'm looking back at me, I'm going, not too shabby. So whatever we are doing, it's working. And I think that, the world might not all see us because this is going to be in a podcast format. We will put up our video on YouTube so people can take a look at your brilliant, beautiful self, you shining loveliness. But I do want the world to see that, if you take a look at my photo and your photo, maybe from years prior and years now, we're doing something different in our bodies that people need to understand. We're actually giving our bodies a fighting chance to create what it needs to heal itself. And the stories and the testimonies and the case studies, and this is very powerful stuff, and I want to bring into this conversation because we just have a limited amount of time today, but, somebody who I love very much and respect, believe it or not, outside of you, Michelle Scaff, is somebody that I was blown away by the fact that she has joined the board of directors at the organization in which you are representing. And by the way, I am happy to be on Team Michelle. And I think the whole entire world, so all my Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter and YouTube and everyone that's in my audience that I've become friends with and I'm engaging with, y'all need to be on this product. But Erin Barakovich.
I know.
She is like the dynamo of everything doing good, if body and water, and advocate for everything that needs to be done right, health and fitness included. So when I found out, I think it was in May, that she became a board member of this product line. You want to share? Are we okay to say this name of this company?
Oh, sure, you can say it.
All right, Life Vantage.
Say it, but reach out to us.
Yes, indeed, Life Vantage, but it's got to be Michelle Scaff, and you got to say Kathy sent me, and we heard you on the podcast. But Aaron Barakovich coming on board, it was already credible, and we're already doing amazing things, and it's life-changing technology. It's a smartphone in us and getting our bodies to do what it needs to do. But can you share a little bit about her coming on board and what that means to the organization and this incredible product line that everybody has to be utilizing?
Well, so we are a publicly traded company, and therefore we've got great, incredible board that's important. And as a publicly traded company in the wellness space, as a nutrigenomic with patents and research, sometimes there's this fight between the pharmaceutical and the wellness industry because it's becoming so powerful. We're all advocating for our health and seeing there's better ways than waiting to be in a disease state. And so that piece of it, it's important. We also, in 2009, when I learned about this company, pulled this product from a retail shelf where it sat. Nobody understood nutrigenomics or that there were patents. And it was pulled from retail and put into our hands, and we became an e-commerce and a networking direct sales company. And so from that position, here's what I love about her. First of all, she's an advocate for the environment. She found out about it because, as you know, she was looking at a board member that was currently here, and she kept saying, "What are you doing? You look incredible. You keep looking younger." Yes. And when he told her about it, she goes, "I want me some of that." And when she got some of that, she really reached out, and he reached out to our CEO and said she would be an incredible new leader. She just spoke, and I don't know if you heard her speech, but if you haven't, I'm sending it to you. We have John Maxwell. We have incredible speakers at every event. She, hands down, was the most powerful 40-minute conversation ever. And what excites me is when you have a team that you're leading into this new world economy and in nutrigenomics and all of those things. You want somebody who's a fighter that sees the future and is there fighting for it with you. And that's really her point. I mean, she closed with the fact that, you know, the world is changing, and e-commerce and social entrepreneurism and fighting for the rights for our own freedom, our own economy, and all of those things. She goes, I'm here for all of that, but also for the rights of our body and taking the best care of it. So she is just an exciting leader who just saw the future, as we all do, and what we're building and this movement that we're creating, and said, this has got to happen, and I'm going to make sure nothing gets in our way. Absolutely. And not only nothing gets in our way, but I'm helping to lead it.
You bet. And so for those of you who don't know Michelle Scaff, and you do know the name Aaron Barakovich, and if you don't know the name Aaron Barakovich, my God, you have not been living. But to know that she is backing and supporting and a board member now is truly going to change the dynamic of how this technology is going to be launched into the future. So for those of you looking for something, you need to talk to Michelle. You need to get on board with this. This is the most exciting time. And I'm a huge fan. I am Team Michelle. You've got to know her more. Michelle, can we jump into a little bit about the product line? And we want to talk about Little Yellow Pill. If you can name it for us and maybe its counterpart, I would appreciate talking a little bit about that, and maybe something about oxidative stress and how this is changing our bodies and allowing our bodies to heal, mend, and prepare itself for the future.
Let me just start with oxidative stress, because I always say if you don't understand that there's a problem going on, you're not going to be concerned about solving it. And the problem is, aging. Who wants it? Exactly. So
well,
Kathy
we're
and I vacation.
Right now, everybody, as we speak, our cells are working it. So when you see Michelle next year, you're like, Kathy, you weren't lying. Go back and look at us a year ago. It's true.
Well, and the beautiful part is there's science that proves it, right? This isn't a statement we make or a fact. It's we know what we feel and why we're so excited about life. And you don't even know about the newest one I'm going to tell you about because, but anyway, it has been reported to the board, so I can speak about it with an NDA that I'm under. But here's what's exciting. First of all, the way I learned about this was someone that knew me in the corporate world said, you've got to look at this company and this science. And I thought, raising my sons came after my career. There's no way I'm looking at anything else. But what I saw was I learned about oxidative stress. So aging is really, there's a Dr. DeGray who at Cambridge that says aging is simple. We know what it is. And aging is really the accumulation of damage in our cells, right? A lot of damage, our cells are getting degenerated and we get degenerative problems. So he said the biggest cause of that damage is oxygen. It's the air we breathe. And when I heard that, I was like, what? What the heck is that? And my simple analogy for that is an apple. We all know what happens when we cut an apple in half, leave it on the counter. It's oxygen that causes it to turn brown and shrivel up. We seal that apple in a plastic bag and keep the oxygen out. It lives longer. We can't do that. So what was so powerful about this first human study is that it showed in everyone the damage of oxygen, which is called oxidative stress, in a 20-year-old, and it all the way up to participants in that first human study that was an 80-year-old. In everyone, that damage of oxidative stress was reduced, which means it didn't happen, by an average of 40% in 30 days. And an 80-year-old, it was reduced by 70%, 20-year-old reduced by 20%. And here's how these products work. So it happened because our cells were making antioxidant enzymes, and that's why it was reported on and as a potential breakthrough in science, because it is. Our cells making these antioxidant enzymes, and this is the personalized health piece of it, in that 80-year-old, same pill, went, whoa, you got a lot of damage in that cell. We need to make a lot of antioxidant enzymes to get that damage down by 70%. 20-year-old took less, 20%. Well, that was the beginning. That's the little yellow pill. That's 5 plants, all natural nutrients, perfectly packaged to activate a pathway in our cells. So as a company, nutrigenomic company, you can't look at us as a healthcare company. You've got to look at us as a technology company. And our focus is what are the pathways that are essential for our cell health, and what are the nutrients that we can prove can activate that function, that pathway to work at its peak performance. So the first one was this NRF2 protein. It is in every cell in our body. It has one big job: to search for problems, find them, and solve them.
Yes.
I love that one working. And it does it with this pharmacy inside of us of cell protective genes. And it started with antioxidant enzymes. Independent research talked about, wasn't just that, anti-inflammatory enzymes, anti-fibrotic genes, hundreds of cell protective genes that NRF2 controls in this pharmacy that are going to activate them based on what you need to bring your cell back into balance and finely tuned machine that it is. As that research grew, we learned about another pathway, which is called NRF1. Besides our cells being in a healthy state, protecting themselves at their peak performance, we need energy. Otherwise, NRF2 can't do its job. And so our cells get energy by our mitochondria. And just like NRF2, NRF1, this other pathway, works full-time when we're young, which is why we grow, recover, and our body's working so perfectly. And then in our late teens, especially with the environment and foods and other problems today, we're aging faster. And so we start to break down. They start to work part-time. Getting NRF1 to work full-time, building and repairing our factories that have been breaking down is getting that energy back in your cell. And another reason why we feel great. Absolutely. We are about to release a third pathway. Ooh. You're going to love this, honey.
Oh, I'm thrilled that you're introducing it here today.
I know. Well, it was announced to our board or to our investors. So, and it's really a third pro-tandem pathway, NRF1, NRF2, and pro-tandem. What this pathway in the cell is, I can't talk about. But imagine the Marie Kondo of our cell.
Ooh,
right?
Yeah.
We collect clutter in our closet, and in our cells we do. And so we want to be able to get rid of that clutter. And so anyway, I've been on it for a month and a half, and I am focused and clear, and
you're calling it glaringly radiant. Oh my word. Whatever it is, I need it. So
I call it fearless. I call it fearless. So those are the three. We also have looked at our microbiome. Obviously, our gut health is really, we are hearing our brain. We have brains in our gut as well. Sure. And so our microbiome, we have a whole line of products patented and proven to do something unique and to activate and get that pathway functioning and working again the way it was designed to work. It's really, nutrigenomics, the beauty of it is we don't put anything into the body or take anything out. We respect the miracle it is. We just get it what it needs to go work again at that peak performance it did when we were young. And finely tuned machines.
Exactly. It's just having the smartphone within you actually doing its job for itself, which I love about it. It's beautiful. I absolutely will live my life with this amazing product line. I love it so much. The people behind it, the technology in front of it, and they're always looking for something new and more advanced and taking a look at, caring for our bodies as opposed to repairing our bodies. And it's just a completely different change around. Our healthcare system is changing. We're getting more consumer savvy in terms of what we're putting in, what we're putting out. It does go along with the whole venture, and everyone needs to start thinking about, and this is why I love Erin Barakovich being involved. She's an advocate, and she started out with water. And to me, that's a huge passion. My kids, my families, and anybody that I know who I could speak about water and testing it and drinking it and what you should and you shouldn't and why you should and you shouldn't. I've become extremely passionate about it because it makes me very angry in our municipalities and what we're feeding ourselves, and it's just incredible. But that's another chat for another day. So hand in hand, making ourselves whole and healthy, and this couldn't have been a more perfect time. And so, Michelle, tell us about obviously just knowing, learning, educating. That's what we want to do. We want everyone to understand that if somebody the caliber is Erin is behind this product line, this is super important for fitness and health and getting our eating and drinking and breathing what's right and best for our bodies. How can people make a transition? What do they need to do? How can they reach out to you? We don't have a lot of time left, so I want to make sure that people, once they're hearing this, can be like, I need to tap into Michelle. I need to find out what is this super product that the ladies are talking about that we can actually have a conversation and get educated and talk about. Yeah.
And as you know, that's all we do, right? We're just educating people and then helping them make the right decision for them. And that's really where my passion and purpose is. So I have michellescaff.com. You can find me on Facebook on Michelle Scaff. And I can send you, I have a website that has all of the patents and the research and really helps you to begin the study of understanding what oxidative stress is in our body and all of that. And then exactly how we can activate the power inside of us to heal us and extend our health span, which is the goal.
That is wonderful. And it's the most important part, everybody, the educational piece and understanding why it's so helpful for your body. That is by far the most important piece. But I just want to tap in very briefly on the fact that there are going to be people in our audience that are go-getters. They're shakers and they're groovers and they want an opportunity. And I would not be justifying you or the company if I did not say that there is an opportunity in which to not only come on board in this life-changing product line, but also financially speaking, to have an opportunity for growth as an entrepreneur in this realm of biohacking, which is imperative. Can you just touch on that very briefly?
Yeah. So first and foremost, the first thing I say is your number one asset is your health. And so let's get that working. And that's really what this is about. This is a beautiful, brilliant, as Erin even spoke to, right? Gift. In a time in the world where we need to create our own economy, and it allows us to build a connected community and economy all over the globe through social entrepreneurism and e-commerce and everything else. So it is this intersection of really where the world is and where we ourselves can become our own business, or I call it our own life architect, and really own and design and create the life we're meant to live. So why would you, one, you need to take it for your health, but two, just what you said, the lifetime earning potential of a value of a customer like me. I've been on it for 10 and a half years, and like you, I will take it for the rest of my life. Being able to be paid residually on that product that is sold every month when someone just taught me about it once, doesn't need to remind me, I do it every day and will, is just an incredible foundation for a residual income, which means you're just paid month over month. And I didn't come here. I didn't know it was going to turn into my passion, but really helping people see and create a different financial, right? Their own economy. I always say if we're going to have a longer health span, we want to extend our fund span. And the business model is really, it's about taking a leadership position in this company and being on a team of leaders who I'm just very grateful for, are leaders in social media and entrepreneurism that have provided their programs for this team for free. We've got a site, we've got copywriting and other skills. So everything that you need is in that place. But the things that drive me and are really just one, the product and the opportunity to help expand and really work on impacting global health. But then we look at the company publicly traded, everything in place, transparent, the growth over the last 7 years in the company and stock, and literally, just an incredible this year, moving into this next wave of growth and momentum. The intersection of the trends of e-commerce, of this gig economy, my kids know they don't want to do a 40 or 50-year plan. We know that, having multiple or another stream of income is important. And then this whole time of the social entrepreneur, that's how we met, right? Yes. We met through friends who connected us and sharing our passion and being able to build something across the world is really what I'm so excited about today, because I'm being connected with people just this morning in Australia and Canada, who I never would have known, who all came because they understood a little bit about the science and wanted to learn more and be a part of that movement. And so that's the other piece of it. That's how we get to market. We get to market just the way any other company gets to market, but in this company, they pay us and reward us for helping them build the brand and awareness and to open up new markets, which is what we're continuing to do every day. So it's a great company. It's a powerful company. I'm so incredibly grateful to be in the top leadership, but I also love this industry. It has changed my life and how I look at being able to build a life inside of your life and do what we do, right? Travel all over and do business anywhere. And that's the kind of time and financial freedom I want for everybody.
Absolutely. And if you want to lock arms with the loveliness, the Michelle Scaff, in the likes of people and Erin Barakovich, please reach out directly to her at michellescaff.com. I have to give a shout out to our super love and fan and friend and amazing man, Jeff J. Hunter, who we adore. And he is the one that brought our lives together, and can't thank him enough.
I know.
That he has given us and put together in our lovely circle that we are in and engaged together. So shout out to our friend Jeff J. Hunter for putting us together. This has been a blast. It's always so much fun. What would you like to leave our audience with maybe today, Michelle? We try to wrap up the show with a couple of practical tips and advice on how our audience too can go big. Now, we talked a lot about going big in your health today and also finances with this amazing product line that is truly breakthrough. Any other tips on taking tips away from today's conversation that our audience could say, you know what, yeah, I can do this. I too can go big.
Good. So, our team is Team MOLA. Thank you, Sonia, for helping, which is, I talk about being your own life architect. It's really a team of people that have said, I am my own life architect. I'm taking control of my life. I am the CEO of my life. And I'm not going to be limited by my past or what my idea of the future is. I'm going to open up and grab hold and join a community of people who are here to help and support and really elevate and develop, leadership in the world and in this company, right? Help people find their voices. You do through this podcast. So love you for that. Shout out to you for sure. But really being your own life architect is really just making a decision. And that's what I want to encourage you to do. You are your own life architect. You are the CEO. Most of the time we're unconsciously doing it. And I want you to just trust yourself and trust me and the other leaders who are here to support you, that this is about designing and creating and then giving you a platform, a vehicle to go build the life we're meant to live. We are free-range animals. We were not meant to be in cages, I know. And my purpose and passion is to help you set yourself free, and not just that, but to create a legacy. I know both of us are passionate about the legacy we leave for our children, and this is the potential to build a generational legacy that can be passed from one generation to the other. And that doesn't happen anywhere else in the world, and why I'm so passionate about this gift, a business model that lets us do that, right?
Let's do this, audience. Let's build legacies together, and you can do that with us. You can do it with Team Michelle, michellescaff.com. You can also find Michelle, I know, on all the other social platforms. She is indeed on LinkedIn. She's definitely on Facebook, and you could and also on Instagram. Michelle, it has absolutely been my pleasure. Is there anything else that you would like our audience?
No, just let me know that, Kathy, you learned about it through this, because I really want to thank you for just, first of all, I'm honored that I'm second. I'm on twice.
I love it.
I just, so much has happened since the last time I was on. So I'm just so incredibly grateful to you, and you inspire me every day. I know you inspire everyone who listens to you. Just all that you do in your life, you're a true testimony to going big and really believing in the power of what you're able to do, but more importantly, how you just beautifully and gracefully impact lives every day. Your family is blessed. I love seeing you in Greece. And just the beautiful celebration of life and the person you are. So thank you.
Thank you so much. It's my privilege and my honor. It's amazing that we have now reunited after my trip to Greece, your trip to Hawaii. We're coming back and we're shining on these healthy products that we're just becoming younger every day. The journey together, I can't wait. We will continue to grow together. Michelle, thank you again so much for being with me today. We'll continue to stay in touch for sure. Well, podcasters, thank you so much for joining us today. Please subscribe to the show below by clicking that red subscription button and rate the show if you would. Share it out to all your friends so they too can go big. I am Kathy Karabetsos, and you can find me at kathykarabetsos.com on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Have a grateful day, everybody. Go big, and let's lock arms with Michelle Scaff and Aaron Barakovich. Let's change your future. Let's get your health in order. Let's love one another and grow together. Have a beautiful and grateful day, everybody.
You've been listening to Go Big or Go Broke with Kathy Karabetsos. If you enjoyed this episode, then you better play big and hit that subscribe button.